What's up, guys? It's your boy Nick with Hercules Fit, and today we're gonna talk about getting in the trenches, getting your hands dirty, getting down and building some real motherfucking muscle. I'm about to teach you guys how to do that and to stop following the fucking book all the time. Now, I know I'm trying to not cuss so much, but I just get so riled up that I can't help myself. So y'all bear with me. If you don't like cussing, then you just get off the fucking video. But when you're trying to build muscle, you don't have to go by the book all the time. Now, I can say that because I have book smarts. I have a bachelor's degree in exercise science. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I'm a certified personal trainer. I have all the fucking credentials to back up what I'm saying. But even with all that, I can say I've learned more about bodybuilding from practical experience, as in getting in the gym and listening to the big niggas at the gym, than I ever did going to college or getting a certified personal training degree. I say that's not to say that getting these things are bad, but it's just to say that nothing beats out practical experience. Would you rather a doctor that went to doctor school and made A's on all his fucking tests and shit, but ain't never operated on nobody to operate on you? Or would you rather get a doctor that didn't do all that fucking test shit, which I know to be a doctor you gotta do the test stuff, but didn't do all the test shit and actually been operating on hundreds of folks and actually has successful surgeries under his belt? Who would you rather go to? Probably the one that has more experience. So I say that to say, guys, experience trumps book smarts. You got a lot of these channels like Athlete X and Jeff Nippert and all these guys. You know, I ain't got nothing against them channels. They give out good advice and whatnot, but they're very science-based. They're very of what does the studies say. The problem with that is most of these bodybuilding studies, well, actually, there are very few bodybuilding studies. Most of these studies that they've done on males to build strength has been on like athletes. It's been on people that are not training to build muscle. It's been on people that are training to run faster or training to, they're just a couch potato and they're just trying to, get active. That's not going to be nearly as accurate, what they extrapolate from those studies, as it is if they actually got studies of people like you and me that are just trying to build muscle, improve your quality of life and feel good. Like, I think I saw one study, it said during an 8-week time frame, both participants that did 6 reps or that did 12 reps put on the same amount of muscle. Now, what is the problem with that study, do you think? The problem is, in an 8-week time frame, of course they put on the same amount because you don't put on no muscle in 8 weeks anyway. The first 8 weeks of lifting, like we said, you've never picked up a weight before, it's all neuromuscular. So you're not gaining any muscle in that time. You're getting stronger because your brain is telling more of your muscles to fire. So you're just getting stronger from that. And the weight gain is just water and glycogen. They're probably having the participants eat more fucking food and they're just gaining basically water weight. So the problem with these studies is I don't know if the people that are running the studies, they don't know what they're doing, or they don't have the practical experience. They haven't been in the fucking trenches like I have, or like a lot of other bodybuilders have. So they just be like, oh, just do 6 reps and y'all do 10 reps and just work out half-ass and we'll just see what happens. Like, there's a big difference between putting your all in and putting half in. That one change alone could affect how a study goes. Say you get 5 people, you have 5 of them, you tell 5 of them to go to failure, and you tell the other 5 just work out and just lift some fucking weights. And it's in an 8-week time frame, of course it's not going to be a big difference. It's not enough time. How about we look at over a year? I guarantee over a year, the ones that worked out hard, went to failure, busted their ass, did 8 to 12 reps are going to build more muscle than the jokers that just half-ass went in there and just, ate Twinkies and looked at their thumbs and did 5 or 6 reps. So it's these kind of things that you can't always go off of the book. The book is going off of studies. These studies have not been done on a lot of people that want to build muscle. It's been done on people that may not necessarily have the same goals for their gains that you and me may have. So stop going by the book. Practical experience will get you way farther than going by the book. I know what I'm talking about because the best amount of advice that somebody told me when I first started working out was, your best bet is to listen to what people like, it was a bodybuilder, people with what I say, and extrapolate He didn't use that big ass word, but I just like that word. And extrapolate from what other people that you hear say and find what works for you. I say that all the time on this channel. You got to find what works for you, but there are still certain things that you're going to hear lots of people say over and over again. So eventually it clicks in your head that, oh, maybe I need to start doing these things that other guys are saying. Even if you're advanced and you feel like can't nobody tell you nothing, there's always room for improvement. You can always learn something more that you may not have known before. So guys, don't always go by the fucking book. I'll give you guys another example. The book will say, always do perfect form, never break form. You know, you got to be like a fucking athlete, curling X motherfucker, and just never. I know I keep talking about athlete X, but he's like the first thing that pops to my mind when I think of like a form Noxie. That's like his whole fucking channel is this form. And the funny thing is, he's not even that big. He's ripped, but he's not even that fucking big. I got more muscle than him. But anyway, the problem with form is this. Good form is not to make you build more muscle. Good form is to prevent injury. That's the problem. I know other people are not saying that, but you guys need to hear this shit from my mouth. I know what I'm talking about. I have plenty of experience in this. You do good form, not because it's going to help you build more muscle. You do good form because it prevents you from getting injured. If you do sloppy ass form, cheat reps and half reps and shit like that, you're lifting more weight than your body can handle, higher risk of injury. Does not mean you cannot build muscle with that. It just means it's just a higher risk of injury with using said methods. A good example is locking out on the bench press. Someone like Athlete X or Jeff Nippert or one of these guys, they'll say, oh, you got to lock out on the bench press. You got to do this. You got to do that. But how many bodybuilders you know don't do that? How many big ass niggas you seen in the gym don't lock out, got a bigger chest than the motherfuckers that are locking out? My point exactly. I know when I first started delving into this, when I first started lifting, I couldn't get my chest to grow. I was locking out on my bench press, doing strict form, all that shit. My chest didn't start growing till I started not locking out and upping the weight, and then I started getting more results. So that's a classic example of where you can't always go by the book. You have to just get in the trenches and get some practical ass experience. Practical ass experience will take you way farther than the fucking book. That's not to say that you can't learn things from the book, but if you had to choose between the book and actually talking with people, other bodybuilders, talking with other people that have been lifting weights for a while, you're better off going with one of them than you are just reading the fucking textbook, because the textbook, I'm sorry, it just doesn't know everything. And I wrote tons of papers on this shit, know what I'm talking about. Textbook don't know shit. The people that are getting for these studies are like fucking 20-year-old non-conditioned person, and then they're doing the study for like 2 months. Like, in 2 months, what are you going to ascertain in that? These people aren't on steroids. They're not going to make no fucking gains in 2 months. So it's just a lot of flaws with the studies. A lot of it's just not accurate. It's just not accurate. So another good example is when I first started training, first joined the gym, she said, because again, I was trying to get leaner. I wasn't fat. I was like I said, like maybe 21% body fat. I was normal. But I wanted to get leaner. I wanted to have my veins and stuff popping. I already did a video on this. And she said, oh, well, you got to do cardio. Lifting weights doesn't burn fat. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I've helped more people lose weight by lifting weights than I have doing cardio. Doing cardio, you can use fat with doing cardio, but you will burn more fat doing high intensity weight training than you will doing that piss poor ass cardio. You just will. That's just the fucking truth. I know everybody harps on cardio for weight loss, but your best bet, honestly, is to mix the two, or just do high intensity weight training. That way you can build your muscles up and fucking burn fat, which is what I do. I don't even do that much cardio, and I'm around 10% body fat year round. Why? Because I lift weights, high intensity, short rest, high volume, lots of different exercises. So, guys, my takeaway for you is this: don't always go by the book. Don't always believe everything that somebody tells you, because like the woman that told me that, for example, the personal trainer, she didn't know no better. She was just going off what a textbook said. Her textbook said, oh, lifting weights just build muscle, it don't burn fat. So she's like, oh, well, you got to do cardio, you can't lift weights. But I know from practical experience and finding out for myself that lifting weights ended up being better for burning fat than just hopping on the cardio for an hour 3 days a week. So guys, you know, you just got to get out there, get in the trenches, and don't just believe every thing that you fucking hear from somebody. Actually get into the gym and find out for yourself what works, and you'll find out some of this stuff that I'm saying is true. If you guys are advanced, you're watching me, you probably already know it. You probably agree with everything I just said. You probably already know all that shit's true. You probably already know lifting weights can burn fat. You probably already know you don't have to have perfect form to build muscle. You probably already know that, you know, lifting weights improves your heart health, your HDL and stuff like that. I know for a while they were saying lifting weights doesn't affect your cholesterol. That was bullshit, because when I was in one of my classes, I got my cholesterol checked. We all did a blood lipid profile, and my cholesterol was better than everybody else's class, and they was doing cardio. I wasn't even fucking doing cardio. I was doing the same shit I was doing now, lifting weights, and that was like 5 years ago. So I say that to say, guys, that you can't always go by the book. The book, I'm not gonna say the book is for bitches, but you can't always go by the book. The practical experience will beat out the book every single time. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment below. It's your boy Nick, your boy Hercules, signing out.